Good morning, YouTube land. Good morning, Audio Fusion community. This is Marcos Esparza with Austin Christian here in Austin, Texas. I want to do a quick video and a setup and a tutorial on our Audio Fusion system, the wireless in-ear system that is using completely your phone, and there is no pack or transmitter. It is broadcasted audio through Wi-Fi, and I want to give you just a quick background on maybe why we decided to opt to use that system to maybe help you in your church if you're deciding whether this is a good fit for you. We all have iPhones, which is a requirement right now for Audio Fusion, and then we had an iMac laptop already at our church. And then we also have a Beringer X36 board. It's a digital board that we already had. So, and our church, the musicians, the keyboard, the guitarist, the drummer, the bassist, they all have an in-ear system with stationary P16s, which is a Beringer in-ear system to where it's stationary. There's knobs, buttons to hear your own in-ear mix. We got those a few years ago, and they've been great, but we never got it for the vocalists. And the reason why is because the vocalists are not stationary. They're out and about walking on stage, and we figure, well, they can hear the band. They can, they've got floor wedges for their monitor. So they don't need an in-ear system. Well, hold on, I'll tell you why would they actually do now. But and then shortly after that, we started using clicks and tracks, and that further enhanced our worship service. And sometimes we don't use clicks and tracks, sometimes we do. It just kind of depends on the song and what we want to do as a team, as a worship team. So fast forward now a couple years from then, the vocalists still have a hard time maybe wanting to hear their own mix, or maybe they can't hear themselves, or maybe they need to hear a certain instrument. So they're bugging the sound engineer while the sound engineer is doing 50 other billion things. God bless our sound engineers. Or there is a song where maybe the drum is not keeping the tempo, and it's sort of an ambient type of song, and there's like pad, but yet the musicians are hearing a click in their ear, but the vocalist is off on tempo. And sometimes as a musician, you're not sure whether you should follow the singer or you should follow the click, and we always kind of struggle with that. But anyways, so Audio Fusion came out recently with an in-ear system that works off your iPhone, to where you can control the mix and you receive the signal off the iPhone via a Wi-Fi signal, which is pretty incredible, because we were pretty sick of having the vocalists not have in-ears. And so we try to go online and call our Sweetwater rep and then try to price out some in-ears for like maybe 5 vocalists, and good night. I don't know if you guys ever priced that out. That's pretty if you want a really good, sturdy, reliable wireless pack for in-ears. I mean, gosh, you have to buy a transmitter for each pack, I'm pretty sure. So it's not like you can do one transmitter and then have 4 or 5 packs that it can go to each. Anyways, it was pretty expensive. I mean, I want to say like $4,000 to $5,000. Does that sound right? I mean, it was almost shocking how expensive those little things are for good. And we didn't want to do cheap. We wanted to do something that was sturdy, so we go week by week. We're having a good in-ear pack. So that didn't really work. Our church is probably like many churches where the budget is very limited on how much we can spend on audio equipment, and as you know, audio equipment's pretty expensive for the good quality kind. So, and then in comes Audio Fusion, and they said, hey, $99 per performer. So instead of paying $5,000, maybe we would pay $500, right? Now we did have to buy a new, robust, dedicated Wi-Fi router, which hopefully I'll be able to show you when I get to church how the system's set up. But So yeah, about $500, give or take. Maybe give or take $100. So just depends on how many performers you have on stage at one time. So you don't have to do it for all your vocalists. It's just how many vocalists you'll have on stage at one time. So yeah, and we all had iPhones. We already had a digital board that could transmit a digital signal to the iMac. So all we did is we got a USB cord from the board to the iMac, and then the iMac has its own it's connected by Ethernet cable to a really robust Wi-Fi router, and it's the Linksys 5400, 5200. Don't quote me on it, but it's the one that Audio Fusion recommended, and we're broadcasting on the 5 gigahertz channel. And we also scanned the area around to make sure that we didn't have any interference. There's a couple apps that you can get that can scan the Wi-Fi signal in your area. Highly recommend finding a channel that there is no one else on, and then trying to make the bandwidth as big as possible so that you can have a really good, strong signal for the in-ear system. So I'm about to pull into church. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like and maybe how we set it up, and hopefully that helps you guys as you're thinking about or considering implementing your Audio Fusion in-ear wireless system. All right, see you soon. What were you in video?
Not at all.
So this is Austin Christian. Here's our stage. There's Chris doing a sound check.
How are you getting anything?
And here's our P16s that we were talking about. And so I'm going to show basically how we're going to set up our in-ear system for the vocalists. Here's one of our awesome vocalists.
Nice.
There's Leslie. Leslie's one of our amazing vocalists, and she's also my wife.
Very industrial.
So here's our soundboard engineer. Hi, Nick. Say hi.
Hi.
So right here, well, shoot, did it get disconnected? Oh, no, it's not. So right there is where we get our USB coming out of our Beringer X32 board that Nick is trying to figure out right now. And then we have that
So much reverb on
that USB going all the way actually up
I'm not running any reverb
to
right now.
our AV system. Okay, so here we are in the AV part, probably more the V part than the A. This is the video side where we run the projectors and the screens for the lyrics and a whole bunch of other stuff visually. But anyways, right here is our iMac. So that USB cable that was coming out of the board is coming in here. And actually, let me turn on our laptop. I'll have to log in here. And then out USB. So we have this little, I don't know what you call this, maybe some type of dongle from USB to Ethernet cable is coming out USB to convert it to Ethernet, and then to our Linksys. Here's the Linksys router that we got. It's the AC26 MU-MIMO gigabyte router. This is a dedicated router that's sending, so you can kind of see the router and where it is in position or relationship to the stage. So that's basically our setup. I'll have to log in here. Let me log in real fast and I'll show you our Soundcaster app. So here's our Soundcaster app. Very important to be able to, XUF is the signal that we get from the board that is connected. You can already start seeing some of the signals that are coming in. And then of course we muted the ones that the vocalists do not need. So that way they have as many channels available on their app to be able to control their mix. So here you can kind of see, I'll just kind of scroll through. We had to go through each one of them and label them. And then it gets synced up with the performer app that the vocalists have. And like I said, there's some that we actually use, but the like the lavatory mics, they don't need But anywho, you can kind of see all the channels that we have, and when it's, what is that, that bluish color there, that means it's getting, the signal's being sent. That red color down there, that little mute toggle button right there, means that it's not being necessarily sent as a channel to the performer app. Okay, so that's basically our setup. The biggest advice I'd give is basically making sure you do not compromise on this Wi-Fi router, and making sure that you get that set up properly, and then making sure that you're also labeling these correct, and then getting the right type of gain for the performer apps to receive the signal. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks a lot. God bless. Take care, and have a great day. Bye for now. Hey guys, really one quick note that was important for this whole thing to work is my laptop had a privacy setting turned on for the sound, the internal, or the sound. Man, I don't know if it's just the soundboard or whatever it was, but I had to go to the settings and turn that off so that I could be able to actually receive the signal. So if you guys get that same error, check the privacy settings for your sound in your settings preferences part of your computer. All right, thanks a lot, man. Hope this works out for you. Take care.